Hey, good morning. It's Dan, the bald scrambler, and in today's footage, I'm going to be scrambling up Glyder Fach via Main Gully, and I'll be going up East Gully as well. And if you're not sure, those are by alphabet slab. Now, if all of this doesn't mean anything to you, if you've never heard of the names alphabet slab or East Gully or Main Gully, have a look at this picture I'm going to put on the screen now. As you can see, at the base of the cliff, there is a rather obvious A-shaped slab, smooth slab. I will be going up the left-hand side of this slab into an obvious gully. That's Main Gully. When I reach the top, I'll be taking a right-hand turn. I'll be going to the top of East Gully. I'll then be descending East Gully. I won't go all the way down because at the base of East Gully, you've got some really steep cliffs that I want to avoid because I haven't got any rope with me today. So I'll be taking a left-hand turn, and that'll bring me back to the starting point at the top of Alphabet Slab. I'm then going to ascend Main Gully for the second time. When I reach the top, I'll be taking a left turn, and then I'll be heading directly upwards all the way to the summit of Glyder Fach, and then I'll probably come down on the other side of that mountain. So that's it. That's my route for today. Now, obviously, if you decide to do this route, you don't have to go around in a circle like I am. You can just pick one of the gullies. So you could go up Main Gully, or you could go up East Gully, and then go straight up to the summit. There's no need to loop round. It's just I want to get some extra footage today, and I want to make the most of it. So if I had to choose one, they're both the same difficulty, but they're very different gullies, but they're both the same difficulty. I would say go up East Gully. Just a bit more enjoyable. That's the only reason. Alright, I'm just making my way up to Alphabet Slab, which I'll show you right now. And you can see there's a couple of climbers going up on the left-hand side, which is the route that I'll be taking as well. And if you're not sure of the approach, well, that's the path that comes up from Ogwen Cottage. And just as you come to the lake, follow the faint grassy path up onto the loose scree. And if you still haven't got your bearings, that's Trevan on the right. So yeah, there's somewhat of an awkward chock stone there, not really too difficult to be honest. Just grab hold of the top and use a little bit of upper arm strength. There's not a lot to put your feet into on there, so I'd imagine if it's wet that could probably be a little bit challenging. That's probably the hardest part of the route, going up. And then above that, up to the top of Main Gully. So that's me topped out of Main Gully, as you can see behind me. Pretty straightforward gully, enjoyable. Wasn't too damp today, not too much vegetation in there, and the rocks were nice and grippy as well, so no issues at all. Now, if you have a look, I'll be going up to the left later on, and then onto the summit of Glyder Fach. But for now, I'm going to go down East Gully, and when I get to the bottom of East Gully, I'll make a decision. I either come back up East Gully or come back up Main Gully, and then I'll head up to the top, and that'll be the end of my day. So let's see how I get on. So descending East Gully is pretty straightforward so far. Looking out, I've just stayed on the left hand side, and that's pretty much what the terrain's been like. I show you, I've just come down. There's the first capstone. Just literally come down here, pretty straightforward. There's another capstone further down, and I'll be staying on the left side of that. And I go past that, instead of going onto the rock climbing section right at the bottom, I'll be taking a right to get back to Alphabet Slab. So descending down East Gully, I kind of took like an S-shaped route. I started off on the left, swung over to the right, followed the dry rocks, tried to stay away from the moss, went back on the left, and then down into the centre of the gully. This gives you an idea of what it looks like from the bottom. Got a really nice capstone there right in the middle, and I went down, as you're looking at it, on the right hand side. I came down, a little bit of shuffling to get down, but it's not as steep as it looks from here. Now the temptation when you're at the bottom of the gully is to keep going. That's a climbing route down there, so you're best off heading over to the right and getting back to the top of Alphabet Slab. As for me, I'm going to head back up this gully because it's more fun than the main gully, and then I'll get to the top where I showed you earlier, and I'll make my way from there up to the summit of Glyder Fach. What's the difference between main gully and East Gully? Well, main gully, you got the chockstone, which is probably the hardest part of the route, and some people might struggle with that. While on the East Gully, you got lots of moss, which is fine on a dry day, but it's something to be aware of. It could be a little bit slippery on a wet day like this. Again, there's plenty of holds on there to get fingers in and get a few toes in, but there is just a bit of moss on there and some grass growing, just something to be aware of if it's been raining the day before. So just after I topped out of the gully, I threw a left, about 25 meters to the left, just about made out a faint sort of path. I could see climbers and perhaps a few goats have been walking along, and then I took a right, and you can now see what's ahead of me, behind me, and that will lead pretty much up towards Glyder Fach and not too far from the cantilever. And you can probably see there's a climber up there ahead of me who I've just stopped with and had a little chat. So I'm going to have some lunch and I'm going to make my way up, and then I might go down Bristly Ridge, or I might go down the squeeze slope and then head back to the car. So just so you can get your bearings. That's East Gully that I came up. The main gully is just ever so slightly to the right, but they actually join up at the top. I've come along here. I've made my way up over this rocky outcrop. A little bit of scrambling there, not too difficult. And now I'm just going to make my way up to Glyder Fach. Right folks, it's been about 10 minutes since I last spoke to you. So I'm going to end the video now because I'm near the top. There's not much more scrambling after this, and then I'll be up not too far from the cantilever stone on Glyder Fach, and I might head down Bristly Ridge. We'll see how I'm feeling. So as you can see, the cloud is rolling in, so good time to end the video. Look, I hope you've enjoyed the footage. So I went up, just to recap, I went up main gully, went straight down East Gully, got a nice picture of myself standing on the capstone, went back up East Gully, took a left for about 25-30 meters, and then took a right over the little scrambly section, and then headed straight up, and that's where I am now. So fairly straightforward on a nice day with good visibility. Been up here once before, so kind of know where I'm going. But this is your first time and the weather's poor, maybe it'd be better to wait until I find a day. Look, I really hope that you've enjoyed the footage. I've had a great day. I've got tired legs, so I'm going to head back to my car. If you've enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. The truth is, the more likes and subscribers I get, the more prominently YouTube will show my videos, which is a good thing. So thanks for watching. My name's Dan, I'm the Bald Scrambler. Don't forget my website, it's thebaldscrambler.co.uk. Thanks again, and I'll see you soon.